have time to take some of your email questions today. We always look forward to that. And Pat, this first one in our Bring It On segment is from Abner, who says, I recently read a book that states that casting out demons is a command, not a suggestion by Jesus. So why don't more churches teach people how to set people free? Isn't the Bible clear on this?
Well, not really. What we have to do is put in context what those statements of Jesus are. And he was talking to his disciples when he sent them out 2 by 2 in Palestine. He said, heal the sick, cast out demons, freely give, and so forth. The Great Commission is go into all the world and teach all nations, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you, and lo, I'm with you into the end of the earth. That is the Great Commission given to all of us. So you read a book by somebody who doesn't know how to exegete scriptures. So what's the next question?
Okay, this is from Patricia, who says, I thank God for giving us Jesus and the awesome price he paid for us so we can be free from sin and live the abundant life. But I still wonder why God created the tree of life and put it in the Garden of Eden. He knew Eve was going to be deceived by Satan and that sin would come on the earth. All of this suffering in life would not exist if that had never happened. What are your thoughts?
Again, you didn't read the Bible carefully. The tree of life was the contact with God himself. That's a good thing. He put in the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You see, he created man innocent. Innocent is nice, but that's not the same thing as overcoming sin. He had to teach them the difference between right and wrong if they're going to be perfect. And so they'd come to this tree, and every day they'd see that tree, and they'd say, eating the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is bad. Not eating it is good. So that'd be day 1. Day 2, Adam and Eve would stand before the tree, and they'd say, if we eat that, it's bad. If we don't eat it, it's good. Day 3, and so forth. They learned the knowledge of good and evil. That's how they learned it. And so how are you going to be perfect unless you learn the knowledge of good and evil? But the tree of life was being near to God, and that's a good thing. All right.
Okay, this is Marge, who says, how would you define a false prophet, and why do Christian preachers accuse other Christian preachers of being false prophets?
Isn't it a shame that we have people who, A, don't understand the Bible, and B, hate each other, and they're supposed to love one another?
Well, leaders sometimes,
yes. A false prophet is somebody that speaks things that are not true, not according to the Bible, and also not consistent with the teaching of the gospel. A false prophet is somebody who leads you astray. He's motivated by personal ambition, or he's motivated by Satan. And I think to use these terms, banding them about, is bad. We're supposed to love each other. This brother's over there doing his best. Let's give him a break, and let's pray for him and love him. Not to say he's a false prophet, and I commanded he be condemned to hell and all this. It's terrible. We're supposed to love each other. Okay.
Here's a viewer who says, I learned to tithe when I was a child, earning just a few dollars from babysitting. As the years have gone by, I can say that tithing has been a joy and a blessing. Now, my husband and I are retired and living on a small pension and Social Security income. My husband has medical expenses, so we barely have any money. We still tithe, but would it be wrong to use that money towards medical expenses instead?
Read carefully what the Bible has to say in Malachi. He says, prove me with your tithes and offerings. He said, I will rebuke the devourer for your sake. Your husband has all these medical problems because the devourer has not been rebuked. You need to rebuke him. You give your tithes faithfully, and God, he said, I will rebuke the devourer, the person who's eating up your money and eating up your health. So you want to be healthy. That's a promise in the Word. Okay?
This is a concerned grandmom who says, my daughter got divorced several years ago and her husband got custody of their sons. She only gets them in the summer and they share holidays. She calls them every day to pray with them, and so she gave her son a cell phone. However, her ex-husband sent the phone back to her. Is that even legal? What are your thoughts?
Listen, I don't have all the information. I never have them. I get these short questions. A mother doesn't lose her children unless mother has done something wrong. She's taking drugs, she's abused the children, she's living a dissolute life. Something has happened, because otherwise mothers almost invariably get custody of their children. So you didn't tell us what she had done that gave the husband. But in terms of him sending back a cell phone and he's got legal custody, yes, that's legal. It's a shame. It breaks your heart to see families broken apart. This is why God says, I hate divorce.
Yes.
Divorce is horrible because what it does to the people involved and what it does, you know, we make a vow when we get married, until death do us part. And when there is a divorce, there is a death. A death comes. Whether you like it or not, a death comes. And it breaks your heart, but it also hurts children. And But anyhow, I don't have all the information, but regrettably, sending back a cell phone is nothing you can do about it that I know of.
No, I don't think so either. But thank you all for your questions. We appreciate it.